You won't believe the bizarre things that Sigma females just can't wrap their heads around. Hey there, Sigma females. Today, we're going to talk about 12 things that make absolutely zero sense to us. They're the lone wolves, the mysterious ones, the enigmas of the social spectrum. Unlike their alpha and beta counterparts, Sigma females dance to the beat of their own drum. They're not interested in social hierarchy or status, and they certainly don't need validation from others to feel fulfilled. Yet, it's this very disregard for societal norms that makes them so intriguing, so hard to understand. But what is it that perplexes these enigmatic women? What are the things that, despite their independent thinking and unique perspective, simply don't make sense to them? Well, that's what we're here to explore, so grab a seat, sit back, and let's dive into the fascinating world of Sigma females and uncover the things that leave them puzzled. First on the list of things that make zero sense to Sigma females is superficiality. Now, let's take a minute here to understand what superficiality means. It's the act of focusing on the surface, the external, the obvious, and the immediate. The Sigma female, on the other hand, is a depth seeker. She's not content with the surface level of things, but instead she dives deep into the heart of matters. Superficial conversations, shallow relationships, material obsessions, these are foreign territories for her. She values substance over style, depth over breadth, and essence over appearance. Next up, we have crowd mentality. The idea of mindlessly following the herd, of letting others dictate your thoughts and actions, is something that Sigma females struggle to comprehend. They are the lone wolves, the independent thinkers, the ones who dance to the beat of their own drum. They don't seek validation from the crowd, nor do they conform to societal norms just for the sake of fitting in. Instead, they carve their own path, guided by their own principles, values, and beliefs. Finally, let's talk about unproductive arguments. Sigma females are known for their logical and analytical minds. They value constructive dialogue and meaningful discussions. They believe in the power of words and ideas to change minds and hearts. So, when they encounter arguments that are based on emotions rather than facts, or when they see people fighting for the sake of fighting, without any intention of reaching a resolution, they are left utterly baffled. It's not that they are afraid of conflict. Rather, they see no sense in engaging in battles that lead nowhere. So there you have it, superficiality, crowd mentality, and unproductive arguments. These are just 3 things that make zero sense to Sigma females. But don't go away just yet. This is just the beginning. We have plenty more to uncover. Moving on, let's explore more things that baffle Sigma females. Firstly, the concept of a lack of personal space. To most Sigma females, personal space is as vital as the air they breathe. They value their independence and solitude, often using it as a time to recharge, reflect, and strategize. So when their personal space is invaded or disregarded, it makes little sense to them. It's like trying to read a book in a crowded subway during rush hour. It's not impossible, but it's certainly not ideal. Next, societal norms can often seem like a labyrinth to Sigma females. Societal norms are standardized expectations of behavior, but for the Sigma female, who is an out-of-the-box thinker and values authenticity over conformity, these norms can seem puzzling and even suffocating. Why should they follow the crowd when they can pave their own path? They question the status quo and aren't afraid to challenge it. Societal norms to them are like a one-size-fits-all t-shirt. It might fit some people, but it certainly doesn't fit everyone. Lastly, insincerity is another aspect that leaves Sigma females scratching their heads. They value honesty and transparency, so when they encounter insincere attitudes or actions, it's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. They appreciate genuine interactions and relationships, and insincerity is like a fog that clouds their understanding of a person or situation. It's like trying to navigate through a maze with a faulty compass. It's confusing, frustrating, and ultimately unproductive. In essence, Sigma females are like navigators in an ocean of complexity. They value their personal space, question societal norms, and have no patience for insincerity. These elements might seem commonplace to some, but to Sigma females, they are enigmas wrapped in mysteries. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Let's proceed. As we delve deeper, the Sigma female's worldview becomes even more intriguing. Let's continue our exploration with the next 3 points that seem alien to her: emotional manipulation, lack of ambition, and small talk. First, let's talk about emotional manipulation. This is a tactic that simply doesn't resonate with Sigma females. They value authenticity and honesty above all else, and they believe in dealing with others in a straightforward manner. Emotional manipulation, with its twisted narratives and ulterior motives, is a game they refuse to play. They would rather walk away from a situation than stoop to such levels. Next, we have the concept of lack of ambition. This is another idea that Sigma females find hard to comprehend. They are independent and self-driven individuals. They have their own goals, and they aren't afraid to work hard to achieve them. They are not content with stagnation, complacency, and lack of ambition. These are foreign concepts to them. They are always striving for personal growth and improvement, and they are certainly not ones to rest on their laurels. Lastly, let's discuss small talk. Sigma females are deep thinkers. They crave intellectual stimulation and meaningful conversation. They find small talk to be superficial and unfulfilling. They would rather engage in discussions that challenge their minds and broaden their perspectives. They are not interested in idle chatter about the weather or the latest celebrity gossip. They seek substance, depth, and genuine connection in their conversations. In short, Sigma females have a unique way of navigating the world. They refuse to engage in emotional manipulation. They are driven and ambitious, and they crave meaningful conversation over small talk. These traits set them apart, making them enigmatic and fascinating figures in our society. Feeling intrigued? We're not done yet. Finally, let's unravel the last set of things that make zero sense to Sigma females. We are diving into the deep end of the pool now, folks. Let's start with gossip, a social phenomenon that seems to thrive in many circles. To the Sigma female, gossip is a foreign language. It's a waste of time and energy, a frivolous activity that serves no meaningful purpose. They value genuine and deep conversations, and gossip, well, it's the antithesis to that. Their preference is to engage in substantial discussions that broaden their horizons, not narrow them with trivial chatter. Next, we have the lack of independence. Now, this is a big one. Sigma females, known for their self-reliance and independence, find it hard to understand why some people lean heavily on others for emotional, financial, or even intellectual support. They believe in carving their path, in being the architects of their destiny. So when they see people who can't make a decision without consulting someone else, or who constantly depend on others, it confuses them. They don't belittle these individuals, but they simply can't relate. Lastly, we have rigid structures. Sigma females are like water. They flow, they adapt and adjust, and the idea of being confined within a rigid structure is suffocating to them. They thrive in environments where they can freely express their thoughts, where creativity and innovation are not just encouraged, but celebrated. So when they encounter situations or systems that demand conformity and discourage originality, it doesn't sit well with them. They question it, they challenge it, and often they seek to change it. So there you have it. Gossip, lack of independence, and rigid structures. These are things that don't make sense to Sigma females. They are wired differently, and that's what makes them unique. They're not trying to fit into society's mold, but rather they're breaking it, creating their own and thriving in it. And there you have it, the world through the eyes of a Sigma female. Now that we've explored these 12 points, we can see a clear pattern. The enigma of Sigma females is rooted in their unconventional approach to life. They value their autonomy, thrive in solitude, and are driven by a desire to understand the world on their own terms. These 12 aspects that seem nonsensical to others are actually key elements of their distinct perspective. From their preference for solitude over social gatherings to their unorthodox problem-solving methods, these traits may seem perplexing. However, they reflect a profound inner strength and a determination to maintain individuality. Recognizing these traits and understanding their origins can help us better relate to Sigma females and appreciate their unique approach to life. In understanding the Sigma female's perspective, we can appreciate their uniqueness and perhaps learn something about our own views in the process. After all, the world is a rich tapestry of diverse perspectives, and the Sigma females add their vibrant threads to this colourful weave.